Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Triple Dose. Today, we are, of course, on the Yawning Way account for this video, just because we wanted to spice things up a little bit, and there's some things that we can potentially upgrade. In terms of RNG, the Big Daddy account didn't really get a fantastic showing of the event. Sadly, we will have to wait for the next one to roll around. However, I will be open to suggestions with the transformation event. Would you like to see me do the 15k for 50 rolls on the other account? Because let's be honest, I'm not going to do it on this account. I'm just going to keep saving paper shards. I'm not really that invested in trying to get a legendary charm or transformation, sorry. For this account in particular, I'm sort of just at this stage. I'm just sussing some things out, mainly because you need to get a legendary outfit, and the reality is, I'm probably more likely to get a legendary outfit on the other account than I am for this one. So it really doesn't make too much sense to pursue a legendary, a transformation card just yet. But let me know in the comment section below. Do you want to see me waste 15k gold in order to do some transformation spins on the PB account, the Warlord? If the answer is a resounding yes, I will jump on there and do a video with the Soulforge video that we'll be doing at some point today or tomorrow. But in terms of the events, realistically speaking, we've come to an end for Arms Race. Old mate Jetlag leading the charge for cross-server event. We appreciate your contributions, sir. We did snag the 10 merit badges that you get from there, and of course we got some from this one. I managed to get into slot 2 with about $8. So spent $8, got to slot 2. I was pretty happy about that. Kind of rounded things off in regards to what I was planning to do for now on this account. However, as you can see, I do have 366 gold merit badges. I really don't know what to invest in just yet. Kind of thinking maybe I get another charm. I've already got 2 legendary charms at the moment, but in saying that, I wouldn't mind not doing that. I wouldn't mind just saving. I need to get like Guan Yu out to get this one, and is it really worth it? I guess for the one random ally getting 4 rage, damage reduction. I don't know. I'm at that point where I really don't know if it's even worth investing in that. Should I just go ahead and invest in Demon's Roar and get that one leveled up to like 3-star, and then kind of chill at that stage because you can get shards later on in the game? I don't know. I'm sussing things out. I realistically could just go balls deep and get as many Chow Chow copies as possible and level him up to 7-star. Or I could just get the aesthetics, which is, of course, his outfit. Really on the fence about what to do. Any suggestions would be fantastic, of course. Now, in terms of Star Karmas, I think I'm going to have to skip out on buying them out on this account. Now, check out my other videos about what I did on the PB's account. But we smashed Stargazing out the fucking window on the other account. So, and we still haven't stopped. So, yeah, I'm excited to keep doing that on another video. However, we got 330 of these merits, and from what I can tell, we're probably close to having enough to actually benefit for buying those ones for the badges, because a lot of these we're only actually missing epics, and we're very close to getting pretty much chapter 3 unlocked. So I'm thinking, do I just suck it up and buy it? Or do I invest in the relics? The relics are probably the wiser idea. I honestly feel like relics would be a much wiser idea for me to get. Yeah, fuck. I don't know. Relics or not to relics? That is the question. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you kind of need to get to Wolf to get some additional accuracy for your team, and after that, you kind of want to keep leveling them up. and we are definitely lacking on some relics. We're gonna need a lot of red stones, and that's what I keep thinking to myself. I'm like, fuck, PB, you're gonna need a lot of red stones. You know, you're gonna need a lot of red stones. Don't waste it all on Stark armor. Yes, the conundrum, correct? We will grab some of those ones out, though. It's not a terrible idea to do that. I think we can safely grab those ones out as well. If you're a new player and you haven't, I guess, started building your epic weapons yet, and you've unlocked them, this is not a bad investment in terms of silver. This is not a terrible investment if you've got one hero in mind that you want to take to, say, 7-star. Really depends on your faction. And if you're free to play as well, just be aware eventually you will transition to a full legendary and then later a mythic team. So don't overly invest in the epic heroes. Mainly focus on, I guess, if you'll let me click into it, these ones, the shard chest. I think that's going to help you out the most. Mid to late game, ultimate beast pills is a must. You must buy those ones in order to progress your beasts, because you're going to unlock 6 of them. So you're going to need a bucket load of ultimate beast pills. But with the introduction of these crystals here, I feel like that's sort of a sound investment mid to late game as well. For now, I think I'll play it safe. I'll buy 4 of them. I'll leave the rest of my merit badges. I'll just leave it like that, because the worst case scenario is I wasted 100 silver merit badges. I don't want to waste all of them. You know what I mean? You just don't want to waste all of them. Anyway, we will do that a little bit later on when we actually pull some resources. Now let's talk a little bit about the transformation event. In its entirety, it's an absolute piece of crap. I love it and I hate it at the same time. It's that relationship of that 99 versus 1%. I'm the 1% that would gamble it all on a chance of getting a fucking chart and get 6,666 gold. If you feel my pain and you know exactly what I'm talking about, let me know in the comment section below. It is a tough pill to swallow when you get the 6666. Not because of the number, just because it could have been a fucking charm. So what's the importance of charms, PP? Well, that's a fantastic question. Essentially speaking, you're going to need paper shards. That's really what you're going to get. Can't sugarcoat it. Reality is you're going to get a lot of paper shards. 20 pulls guarantees 12 paper shards. You need 160 shards to get 1 charm. What do you do with 1 charm? Well, that is an entirely different kettle of fish. Now, you can save the shards. You don't need to convert them into the paper charms. There's no limit to the amount that you can convert. So you can just keep saving up paper shards as much as you like until you use them. But essentially, it's going to allow you to get all of the legendary generation 1 to 5 and some epics as well that you can now turn your main protagonist into. It's a trap, and I'll tell you why it's a trap. I say it's a trap, right? Honestly, it's debatable. It's a debatable trap, because if you pursue the legendary transformations, in order for your heroes to get stronger, like your main protagonist to get stronger. Now, a lot of people would think, oh, my protagonist is 5-star, so my transformation is 5-star. No, the game doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, it works off your transformation and outfit level. So if you have 3 epic rare outfits, then you're going to get the maximum ability for your transformations. So for instance, if I had a transformation in the epic variety and I went into it, said, whatever, we want to roll for this chick, she's fantastic, it's going to tell you down here where I'm scrolling my finger, you have 2 epic outfits. Your skill star level is 5. So what does that mean? If we go into this little cross button down here, it means that my skill level is above the 4. So it's essentially a 5-star skill level. I basically get this. I basically get the enhanced version of 4 effect, but not quite a 7 effect. So I need all 3 epic outfits to get the 7-star effect. Yeah. And spoiler alert, you have zero legendary outfits. Your level is zero. So that's very much the base statistics. Now, it could be argued that, transformations such as Lu Bu and Sao Sao. I mean, look, Lu Bu's got a pretty damn a good effect regardless at base level. This is his base level effect, overpowered. Essentially, he's gonna still clap some people. Not gonna lie. However, I mean, people would debate that Xiao Xiao's his is too low. Like his percent to freeze is too low, so it's not really worth investing in doing that. I would tend to agree with that. I mean, if you're gonna build for anyone, I'd say probably Lubu is the greatest in terms of like transformation. He's the best one. Um, or you can wait for the mythics and use your charms for them. I feel like I'm going to be in that same boat. However, remember, where is it? Where is it? You need a mythic outfit, and the only way to get a mythic outfit is to be VIP 18. So that's around 40,000 USD dollars. It is an extraordinarily expensive feat to get there, maybe even more, give or take. So in terms of getting a mythic outfit, that's the only way to get it in the game so far on global. There may be other events to allow you to get there. I'm just giving you full disclosure before you get happy with your credit cards. So anyway, in terms of this, there's no point saving it. Let's just spin the wheel. If we get it, we fucking get it. We don't, we don't. We didn't get it. Let's do a one draw, and of course we got some gold. There's no rewards here. There's no reward table. Just spend them, collect your shards, forget about it. Now, if you wanted to spend any of the shards on your outfits, you can save up 1600 to get one of the legendary outfits. I'd probably recommend going for that if you are a whale slash VIP 10 and above. I would recommend saving for a Dragonair or Wolfhammer, depending on your team. Because you're probably already going to be able to get your Xiao Xiao through your shards anyway. So, yeah, you're probably going to be saving towards getting a Dragonair. She looks pretty badass. Honestly, I'd probably have to go with Wolfhammer being a Way Nation if I ever did it. But yeah, that's something for you all to sort of think about. That's the reality you're going to live in. However, most players would probably be enticed to grab some of these. If you want to, go ahead. I'm not going to say don't do it. You play the game however you want to play the game. They are going to give you some additional bonuses to all the party members. So you get all stats plus 5%, which is fantastic. So it scales based on your level. These ones, all stats, it is what it is, right? So 5%, it all adds up. Basically, you can get 5 of those on your team. But actually, I feel like you could probably get more, but I'm not going to ever get to that point of testing it just yet. just because we're not going to go down that path. But yeah, pretty much 5% to all your stats if you wanted to go down that way and get a cool like avatar. He looks pretty average. Yeah, pretty badass. Anyway, Stark Armor, last but not least, this is sort of where it gets to be a little bit of a conundrum for a lot of players. Do they go for the selection chest? Hmm. Hmm. Well, see, the selection chest here is interesting because it has Lu Bu, Zhao Yu, Guan Yu, and of course Cao Cao in it. Other selection chests for the legendary varieties do not have it, so these are kind of the exclusives to get those legendary pucks. This random one does have it, however, but it's random, so you want to go with the guaranteed, if that makes sense. Um, Honestly, it's a very niche situation when you want to get that. Now, I did it on the other account for other reasons, and you'll have to check that video as to why. But again, it's a very niche reasoning behind why you would want to get that. It really is just so you can power through to level 100 of stargazing. Um, that's pretty much it. Anyway, in terms of this universal transformation charm shards, you can only get these by spending money on the most expensive packet between 150 $160. Basically, you need 2 of these to create 1 shard, and once you get that 1 charm, you can pick any one of the ones that are currently available. So that's the other pay to win option if you are looking just to spend money and grab a transformation and save all of your other ones for potentially a outfit. Anyway, now that that's over the way and I showed you an example and we spun the wheel, basically you get 11 a day just by collecting it. You can spend 15k gold and get 50 of these bad boys. I wouldn't advise it, but you let me know if you want to make me do a gambling video. I'm happy to give that a shot. Last but not least, we do have the Annihilation event. Now, the Annihilation event has got a little bit of a twist to it. I'm not entirely sure if I like the twist to it, but we're going to talk about it in a second. So essentially you get Bronze Axe, Silver Axe, Gold Axe, Powerful Meteorite, and Powerful Axe. So that's a lot of fucking currency every time you pull. It doesn't show you the statistics just yet, but just keep in mind, that's a lot of diluted drop chances. So essentially, I wish they'd fucking removed the bronze axes because we don't need that shit. They're not going to, but they really, really should. But essentially, you can grab either legendary and mythic gear from the shop. It's only available during the event. But here's the drop rates. So the bronze axe has a 5% chance. The silver is 47. The gold is 0.25%. The meteorite is 47.3. It's almost the same. Well, it actually is the same as the silver axe. The powerful axe is a 0.1% chance. Let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. A 0.1% chance. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I do have to say, if you manage to get a powerful axe, fucking kudos to you. That to me just seems ridiculously low odd percentages for something that you're going to need essentially, 4 per character? 24 of the fuckers? Wow. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. I was hoping for it to be a bit better, but it's not. There are some silver lining, and we'll cover that in a second. But in terms of silver axes, you get a guaranteed couple of them every 20 draws. You need silver axes to convert into gold shards, essentially. So you need 760 draws to have enough to get one piece of legendary equipment. It does not seem like a very favorable odds. You will get 10 a day just for logging in and doing your normal shit. Basically, you can spend some gold to get it. It's going to cost us 9k gold to get 3k. Sorry, 9k gold to get 30 of them. It'd be nice if it was 3k. But what can we actually get? So here's sort of the more important stuff. In the imperishable scythe, the imperishable set, we're just going to call it the Imp Set. Yeah, we're going to call it the Imp Set. So the Imp Set is an upgraded version of the Vanquisher set with this ability to transform. Now, when you can transform, it really just means it adds an additional layer of skill effect. And it increases with the amount of sets that you have. So if you're 1, 2, 3, or 4 pieces of the gear, you will get different effects. I think it only starts at 2 sets if I'm not mistaken. Pretty much you need 2 of these fuckers before it starts to do it. But you get a bubble. And by the way, this is for all the set pieces. The actual individual items themselves is just whether or not it's attack percentage, whether or not it's HP, which is the boots, attack is the scythe. The helmet is magic defense and physical defense is the chest piece. So that doesn't change. What does change is that you now get additional skill effects. So if you have a full set, you basically get 10% chance to deal 2 times base damage or healing on your active abilities and your base abilities. So it's only 10% chance. It's almost just like a, I want to say a legendary weapon as well. But it adds, I guess, to the overall thing. Then you can basically transform talent, so you can upgrade it through the upgrade tree, like the transformation tree. We will look at that really quickly, but I'm going to cover that in another video in a little bit more in depth. I'm going to have to farm out the fucking glory hall and get the shit to do that, but basically we'll cover that. But as you upgrade it, you get more attack percentage because this is, of course, the weapon with attack on it. And then you can transform using talents, or I assume it's a talent. Fire skill, water skill. It'll make more sense when I show you in a second. But basically, you get additional fucking stuff to it. This set is a very, very powerful set. Obviously, it's going to take a long time for people to acquire it. You can trade silver axes. So you can trade 6 silver axes for 1 meteorite piece. Um, I don't know if that's really good, but we'll check that out in a second. I feel like silver axes are going to be used for something entirely different. But you need 100 pieces of meteorite to get one of those axes. Not that you really have to worry about it too much. You can always just trade in 1 piece of meteorite for a selection chest. You can do it either or, doesn't really matter. What matters is that you get the selection chest or the piece that you're after. So I know it's a bit confusing. Why would they give you 2 options? But basically, you can trade 100 pieces for one mithril axe. Sorry, I'm saying silver axe. 1 mithril axe, and then you can just exchange it. Is there a purchase limit? No, so you can just keep doing it, or you can just purchase it via just as many of these as you want. So you can just stack up 100 of those and then just pull it out. I assume there's going to be events in the future that gives us a couple of them. I know the glory event does give us shards here, like it will give you Imperial Helm shards. So you could try that strategy where you do half the event, then you just grab as many of the chest, and then you pull it out and you build it. If you're going to ask me who I would go for first or what I would build first, it is going to be the scythe, hands down. Always go the weapon. Pretty much stock standard for Vanquisher gear. It's going to cost you 75 of those shards or 75 of the silver axes. Is it 75 silver axes? Pretty much. 75 silver axes will get you 75 shards, which will then get you one whole piece. Pretty stock standard. Of course, the bronze axe is used for equipment shards if you're still at that stage of the game. Um, I mean, you could always just exchange it for that. I probably would exchange it for these ones, to be honest, if you get bronze axes. Silver axes can be exchanged for this, which is not a terrible idea. Being able to get the Blue Blade Sword and, of course, the 7-star sword is a huge bonus for any new player and pre-existing players that are looking to upgrade them to +4 before they move on to the next weapon. I recommend having a look at that before you invest in the Meteorite, just because you can potentially get a full couple of pieces of gear. So, yeah, that's not a bad idea in terms of investment. However, for most late game players, they're probably going to start investing silver axes into grade 3 gear. Now, it's 40% off, meaning we only need 180 to get a pick chest. Now, pick chest is very important. The reason it's very important is because the random one can give you bullshit that you've already got, whereas the pick chest is guaranteed. Costs you 20 more silver axes. However, I would strongly invest in not gambling for it and going for the pick chest unless you have no grade 3 gear. And then you could probably play around with the random ones, buy a couple of them. Ultimately, you need to make that decision. I probably would go with the pick chest and get every single monster one by one instead of just doing random shit. That's my decision. You make your decision. Live with it. Basically, you're going to have to live with it because you're going to need a lot of silver axes to get that job done. And that's pretty much it. That's it in a nutshell. So let's do some draws. Let's get me a gold axe. Give me a gold or a. I mean, I don't really feel like it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel I'm gonna get a powerful axe on this account. If we do, that would be fucking amazing. But let's be honest, I really don't feel like that's 0.1% chance. Yeah. Yeah, nah. So we got 28 of those. We got 17 of the meteorite. Honestly, not enough to do anything here. As you can see, there's no scoreboard. It's just a prize information tab. Use these ones each day. You don't have to save up for them. If you want to do it like 100 bomb, do it 100 bomb. I'm just going to have to keep waiting on the accounts to see whether or not I can actually pull this off eventually. That would be fantastic, but it looks like it's going to be for another day. Now, let's do these ones real quick. So Star Karma, let's just do one of those. So if you weren't aware, there's this ability for it to auto pick from your chest. So we're gonna grab that. I'm gonna grab this one. Alrighty then, and we got one more thing. So how many more do we need? One, three. Oh, okay. We need seven more. I don't think I definitely don't think we're gonna be able to get seven more, but we can keep leveling up a little bit. Why not? Grab some more of these. And last but not least, is there one that we can get? Um, no, not on this one. What about here? Yes, there is. Let's go with that. Let's grab you. Not a bad investment. Not a bad investment. Overall, it's not a bad idea to keep pushing with that. Now, we are going to do one more thing though. Let's pull these ones out. Hey, did we get some cool ones? I think we might have got some things that we can do. Should we go with that or should we go with that? Let's go with this one first. And then we can go with that. There you go. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right. Anyway, I got distracted on that one. Sorry. We'll just grab that. Anyway, let's get back into the bag. Shit. When you see something, you're like, shiny PB, shiny. Outfit box, can you give me a charm? No, you gave me Ascension thing. That's fine. Where is it? All right. So we're at 3 shards at the moment. So that means we need to get this last shard out and then we can synthesize the Thunder Feather. And you know what that means, right, ladies and gentlemen? That means that PB's wings are going to go all the way up to the shiny size. Ooh, Blazing Phoenix. Let's go. So we can refine this a couple of times, I think. Oh, one time. That's fine. We'll just refine it. There's no point. It's just going to chill in my bag. But there you go. We managed to get the Blazing Phoenix ones. It was all worth the struggle. Obviously, as we progress further and further, it's gonna cost us even more. We got to get it to tier 2, and then after tier 2, what do we need to get? Then you get the Nether God, so you need a tier 2 and another Thunder Feather. So basically, we're 2 Thunder Feathers away from Nether God. That's probably not going to happen for a while, let's be honest. However, it did give us a nice little bit of a stat boost up there. Almost 2 billion. Almost 2 billion. Not bad. Is there anything that we can pull out of the bag while we end this? No, interesting. So we have enough of those. Do we have anyone that needs some gear? Of course we do. Everybody needs gear, right? I might queue up my protagonist later on. We might do a power up later on, but I wanted to do that while we had a chance. Is that a full copy? It's a fucking full copy. Huh. Go figure. Didn't even know that was in my bag. Alright, so it looks like we managed to somehow pull a full copy of this guy. So that means we're going to have a power up there later on. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. That wraps up the events for what they are. Like I said, let me know. Do you want me to waste 15k gold on the other account to do some pulls there? But yeah, hopefully I can push pretty hard with the Glory Hall and get the things that we need, and then we can look at the Soulforge updates, and if we get really lucky, we might even pull one of these fuckers on that account as well. Anyway, thank you all. See you all in the next one.